Hey, I'm Tara Thompson.
I'm Avis Cook.
And we're Team Dixie.
Sponsored by Dixie 4-Wheel Drive. So we're here at Dixie 4-Wheel Drive today, and we're gonna check out the vehicles that we might be driving in the Rebelle Rally this year.
Chime in, tell us what you think we should drive on the trail.
Yes.
All right, so there's a few benefits of being sponsored by Dixie 4-Wheel Drive.
Just a few.
Just a couple, you know. I mean, one, you get me as a team member. No, but we've got cool things going on. We have so many vehicle choices. So the company has some, you've got some, I've personally got some. So we're here to kind of talk through vehicles and what we want out of them, what we think fits the Rebelle. So
Yeah.
let's talk about what we looked at today.
Well, let's talk about the requirements. So,
Okay.
and then we can talk about how they fit in. So the Rebelle Rally on their website in the rules states, 1, it must be street legal.
Okay.
2, it must have no tire size larger than a 35 by 12 and a half.
It's ridiculous, but okay.
So,
I don't do anything under.
I know. We're in southern Utah.
I know, we need that.
That's hardly a thing, a 35 and a half, or 35 by 12 and a half. So a couple of the vehicles we fit in will either need to be changed or will require so much change, it's just not worth
It's
it.
not gonna happen. Let's talk about Pink Jeep.
Oh my gosh. So Tara, as you guys might remember, is #TooTallTara. She's tall, I'm short. By social standards, there's no getting around that. And so today she was like, oh, hop in my Jeep and move it so we can. I was like, Tara, I can't see over your bar. Like, going forward is a huge problem.
So the great thing is I have a rock hard roll cage, which out here is nice to have that extra safety feature, but it definitely takes out a little bit of that windshield. And
Yeah.
I don't have the issue of that blocking visual, but totally get how that would be. So that one might be out based on that.
Or I have to use a booster seat, and I feel like as a grown adult, like, that's just extreme.
That's not gonna happen. Okay, all right. Pink Jeep's off the table.
Okay. I can't see out of your Jeep, Tara. I'm too short. Immediately no. Immediately no.
So next we have your diesel.
The diesel.
Let's talk about your diesel a little bit.
So my diesel, I have wanted to do the Rebelle Rally for a number of years, and so building my diesel, before I had Tara as a partner, I decided I would build it as a Rebelle Rally ready rig, basically, because I was determined to find a partner, and I didn't know if they would have a vehicle. So it's pretty, it's just a moderate build. 35 by 12 and a half tires, deleted the back seats, so there's plenty of storage with the Goose Gear platform. It's the diesel, so it's got the power.
Torque, yep.
Yeah.
Which will help in the dunes, getting up some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Taken off for sure.
Right. So, I mean, it's pretty, it's kind of ready to go, but it's not as fun as some of our other options. And
so as far as our checklist on that, we've got, so it's got the 35-inch tires already.
Yes.
So we know we're good there. We are 100% street legal.
Yes.
So we know we're all right there. And then obviously storage is a big one for us. So I think we've got quite a bit of our requirements in that vehicle. So it's definitely going to be up there on the list of consideration.
Yeah. It would require little to no real modifications, upgrades. I mean, it has all of its recovery gear, the winch.
Shocks are going to be huge. Obviously, we're riding out in the desert. That's going to be super important. And we have those Kings on there that should give it a good ride quality as we're going through some crazy terrain.
So it's respectable, but again, not quite as fun as some of our other options. And we like to have fun. And, Dixie has a lot of cool vehicles, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun ones out there. So, all right, let's move on to the Bronco. So,
right.
The Bronco wouldn't be too hard to get ready for it right now. That one's on 37s. It's not got a lot of upgrades yet. It's got some lighting features, but it hasn't had the winch put on. It hasn't had some of the recovery stuff that we need. It's got the lighting. It's got full rigid lighting on it. So there's a few things. As far as storage wouldn't be too bad. The soft top's a really odd one on the Bronco. If people haven't seen those before, the way it props up, it's going to be hard to access your gear and access your stuff. So that's kind of probably a little down on my list for storage capabilities. As far as the ride, it has a really good ride.
The IFS is amazing.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the weak front end. I don't know how treacherous we're going to get, but that definitely is a weak point on those vehicles that if we were to drive that, we would want to beef up those front axles.
Yeah, and definitely understand it and know how to spot the problems and
carry a few extra things for that front end. But
yes.
Other than that, and it's pretty.
It is pretty.
It is pretty. It's fun.
It's very pretty.
Okay, so the Bronco's a maybe, but we'll dig into that one a little bit. All right, and then we have my F-150. So when we built that, we have been known at Dixie to kind of build Jeeps. That's kind of what our market is, and that's kind of all we've been known for, which we've always done trucks, basically everything four-wheel drive. So I kind of built that truck just to market that we do trucks.
Yeah.
So that's why you'll notice it says we build trucks.
Yes.
I couldn't get any more simple with that. So I built it just kind of for a daily driver type vehicle, but it is actually one of my favorite off-road vehicles. So I take that more than I take my Jeep off-road. And partially because I have ginormous Danes that don't fit anything. So by the time I put those in the baby, that F-150 is honestly one of my, it's my go-to. That's why there's probably more F-150s on the truck or on the road than any other truck on the market. But as far, I don't know that I've seen someone take a full-size truck on the Rebelle. I've seen some Tacomas,
not to my knowledge,
and a few things.
Yeah.
But what's nice is it does have the power. The V8, I have taken it through the dunes here plenty of times, and it's got plenty of power, plenty of storage. But it is a very large vehicle, so that might be kind of a downside to it. But
never know.
Not going to completely rule it out, but I don't know that I jump to that as my.
It's definitely in the top half, though.
Yeah, and it rides good. It's got 6-inch BDS lift kit on it, box shocks. I mean, it's built. It's got bumpers. It's got
it's
a little larger tire than what we would need, but
yes,
go figure.
Aside from my diesel, there will be a tire downgrade on anything else that we are going with.
Looking at.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it there. It wouldn't be too far from hitting most of the check marks. I mean, fuel capacity is another one that they look at.
Right. You have to be able to go at least 250 to 300 miles on your fuel for the day.
Yeah, fuel tank. So that one, So I think it fits some of them, but definitely would need some modification. Needs a winch and probably some recovery stuff, but anyway.
Ooh, the JL1.
The JL1. So we nicknamed this the JL1. It was one of the first JLs we could get our hands on.
Okay.
And straight out of the get-go, we cut the frame in half. Yeah. So the reason being is they narrowed up the frames in those JLs. So to get everything we wanted in there, we had to modify quite a bit to do it.
Yeah.
So we wanted, we had to go with an auxiliary fuel tank. So we did a 4-lane suspension, so we had to change that up. And that was kind of what forced us to widen that out. So it's been cut in half, reinforced, so it's actually stronger than the factory right now. And it has a Hemi. It's got the 6.4 Hemi. You can't beat the sound.
That's right. Wait, let's all pause and listen.
Yeah. It's super fun to drive. It drives like a trophy truck off-road, and the power to go with it. So
I've yet to drive it in any needed situation, but just the sound of it, I'm in love. I'm in love with the Jeep.
So some things, so it would ride great off-road.
Yeah.
It would handle great. It is made with pretty much all of the best components. So I mean, it's got like Dynatrack, I think 60-80 combo in it. So I mean, it's a solid vehicle.
Yeah.
What I think we cannot get away with is going to be the fuel tank. I don't think we have enough range to use that
Yeah.
in the race.
And there's something to be said when I do my research on the Rebelle Rally is the more simple and close to stock a vehicle is, like the easier it is for the mechanics if you have a problem to work on it. So with that being so specialized, we could run into issues if we were to break something and we didn't have the part with us.
Yeah, there's a few things. Obviously, wheel tire combo. Again, it might be a little more suspension that you'd want to put 35s on. So that's definitely going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fun. It would be awesome
It
to
would
go
be a lot of
Bonda
fun.
in the desert.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we might.
But they'd be like, wait, we hear Team 101 coming. Oh, wait, they're still a mile out?
They'll get here fast, and now. Yeah. No. So that one, it's probably not quite high as much as we would love it to be high on the totem pole.
It's high on the fun list, not high on the practicality list.
And that leads us into the Hummer. Not quite high on the practicality list.
Yes. So today here in southern Utah, it's kind of a rare-ish occasion. It's raining, and so I had really hoped that for our test drive of the Hummer, it would be pouring down rain just to add to the humor, but it was not. The sun came out.
So that one's a pretty cool military vehicle.
Yes.
It's just fun. I mean, it
Oh
would
my
be super
gosh.
fun to take it. It's just not anywhere close to being a street legal,
No.
race capable.
I mean,
or
it's
would-
slow.
I don't think we'd want to drive it for that long.
No. I think just a few minutes in that, like, you can't wipe the smile. My cheeks would be too sore after 7 or 8 days in the desert. And
I don't know. I feel like your butt would probably be more sore than your mouth. So 7 days straight, and it would probably be a little much. No.
Yeah.
It's definitely a cool vehicle. It definitely has its time and place, but
Yeah.
probably not going to be.
Street legal being a 10, it's ranking around a 1.
Yeah, maybe a 0.5. It doesn't have a top. It doesn't have a windshield. I mean, it's fine.
No.
It's probably
No.
fine. Oh, man. Okay, lastly, we have the JT.
Yes.
So, Gladiator.
Jeep Gladiator.
Jeep Gladiator. So, that one is honestly probably up there on my list as far as vehicles and capability and storage and a few things. So a few modifications would have to be done to that one. Obviously, it's got beadlock wheels and 39-inch tires on it right now.
Yeah.
So it would definitely need to just swap out a wheel and tire combo, not the end of the world.
Right.
And a winch probably thrown on the front.
Definitely a winch.
Yeah. So it's got the Fox 3.0, so it's going to ride awesome out in the desert. I think we're solid there. It's got the JKS 3.5-inch kit, so it's a pretty mild, not over the top.
Right.
But
a 35 wouldn't look out of place terribly on it, but
yeah. And then, of course, that back having
the open
all
storage.
that storage that you would need. So
It's pretty amazing.
and your recovery gear. So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of benefits to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Reliability is up. I mean, pretty much most stock components. We'd have to take a few replacement items just in case, but I think overall it wouldn't be too much work to get that one race ready for us.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Fuel range is good in them. We're solid there.
It should be good, yeah. I think that is definitely high on the list for consideration.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talk a lot about the vehicles and the storage that they have because we really are to be mostly self-sufficient when we're out on the trail. You camp every night, but unless you're coming back to the same base camp, you have to pack your stuff up, and that gets stored in your vehicle.
Yeah. And, we're not too prissy. We don't need that much.
Oh, no.
We can be basic for a week.
But even basic, your tent, 2 sleeping bags, pillows, a sleeping pad because you're on the ground. Like, it really, starts
real
as
quick.
far as bulk goes. Yes, so...
Yeah, so a lot of it's going to be finding the right equipment. So we want to find the best stuff with the most compact. So that's going to be a lot of research and digging into kind of what we think will work for us. And then obviously your recovery gear.
Right.
So we want traction boards, we need D-rings, we need tow ropes, we want soft shackles. There's going to be a whole list of things that we'll want to throw in there. Always zip ties and duct tape because you never know what you might run into. So yeah, we'll have a whole pile of just randomness that's going to go with us too. So finding that right balance of storage and usability, and then extra parts. I mean,
and efficiency, if you get stuck and it's a quote race, not really for time, but you don't want to waste your time either. So being able to
getting to the right points at the right time is the big thing. So if we have everything organized and accessible, it's going to make or break that race for sure. So definitely. We need to do a lot of prep, planning, and research to make sure we have everything we need in order.
I've started the list and they're long.
So we've got a lot of thinking to do. I think we need a little more, drive time, test time.
Yes.
In a few of them that we'll go play with.
Yes, you might see us ripping through the dunes in 1 or 2 of them coming soon. Okay, so today we got together, we reviewed a few vehicle choices. We have some awesome mechanics who are also going to help guide us and let us know their professional opinion, but
they'll help us with whichever vehicle we need, and what things are likely to break and what things we should look out for, and then they'll teach us what we need to do the trail repairs out there.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about learning a little bit more than just identifying parts and maybe being able to know if it's loose or broken or something. I'm really excited to dig in a little bit, get my hands dirty.
Hey, this is the place to do it. I know a few people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll learn the ins and outs of the vehicle, whichever one we choose to drive, and we will be able to know what it is we're looking for and doing out there, and that way we're not getting behind based on vehicle issues. But yeah, I think we have a lot of choices, a lot of good choices, and it'll be fun no matter what we drive, but we want to get the right vehicle for the right job.
Right. It's finding the balance of fun and functionality, and we have enough choices. I think we're going to nail that easy.
Yeah, and like the Rebelle says, it's your teammate number 3. So
that's right, our third teammate.
They've got to be more reliable and make sure they show up and do their job so that we can do ours.
That's right.
Yeah, we got this. We're ready.